TKO, Part 4, Dazzled by Sight. Ronald had been working in the dietary department of the nursing home for over 20 years. But when he met up with Tricia, she was already living a life of total dysfunction through the use of drugs, specifically heroin, which she liked to sniff, but crack would do, as well as anything else she could get her hands on if her drug of choice wasn't available. When he ran into her, he was thrilled because they had known each other years ago and had even gone out on a few dates back then. So he was really happy to bump into her again as she was visiting someone at the nursing home. Tricia always attracted a lot of men because she was tall, slim, and very light-skinned, and had long wavy hair. But somehow, she was never smart enough to use these attributes to her advantage past the level of survival. Ronald had no clue what he was in for when he ran into her that day. Instead, he was swept up by the fact that she accepted his date offer. He didn't even bother to ask her what she had been doing with herself during all the years that had passed since he had last seen her. They went out to eat the night she ran into him at the nursing home, and then she asked him to bring her to one of her regular nightclub stops. The place was a total dive, yet she had no problem asking him to go there because she wanted to see where his head was at. He obliged, and after they got there, she introduced him to a couple of people she knew in there, and finally got around to telling him she wanted a toot and was going to pick up some coke. She played it off as if she bought it occasionally just to sniff while she was out having a drink. He told her that he didn't mind having a toot every now and then, as it turned out, so he was okay with it, and they sat there for the rest of the night taking turns going to the restrooms for their toot. Actually, Ronald hadn't had any cocaine in over 10 years, but he figured there was no harm in recreational toot every once in a while.